All right, my friends, how are you today? Aaron here bringing your daily horoscope for Monday, the 19th of April, 2021. We've got the moon home in the sign of Cancer. We've got the moon opposing Pluto today in the sign of Capricorn, both at 26 degrees. This is about transformation of our education. This is a transformation of how we're feeling, how we're dealing with things in our lives. This is about understanding that not everything that we're educated about by this higher authority is necessarily something that's going to bring emotional stability to our lives. This is extremely important as we're going through so much change. This past week has taught us a lot about ourselves. It's taught us a lot about who we are, about our boundaries and what we're giving, how to stand up for ourselves, and knowing our boundaries in the sense of what to bring forward to the table and what to leave back. When to stand up for ourselves and to be the David, or when we're overstepping ourselves and we're being the Goliath. Okay, this is a lot going on this past week leading up to this time now. So this opposition is teaching us, let me show you the chart here. This opposition is really teaching us how to emotionally guide ourselves, regardless of what we're taught by the higher ups, what we're taught about the authorities, what we're taught in education in school, as the moon is creating this sesqui-square. You know, it's just like, well, this is what I was taught, so this is what I believe. The moon also creating this semi-square here. The sesqui-square is this little square with the line in it. It's very similar to a quincunx, the 5/12 aspect in astrology, which we talk about. That's the blind spot. So this is an emotional blind spot where what we've believed that we're taught, what we believed that our predecessors, that our teachers, the people in authority over top of us have given us this knowledge. And this is saying this isn't resonating with how I feel. As well, Pluto creating that same sesqui-square down here to the North Node, which the North Node is telling us to think for ourselves and seek our own truth. And what is truth? And just because this worked for you in the past doesn't mean this is how we need to navigate our emotional boundaries, our emotional limits as we move forward. As well, we have the sun moving into the sign of Taurus, still within a conjunction of Mercury. And that 0 degrees is a really powerful aspect because it's teaching us about being a clear, crystal clear river, uncontaminated. But, you know, this is not a river of pollution. This isn't contaminated by other people throwing debris and pop cans and plastic bottles or whatever it may be. This is about us purifying ourselves. So it's taking account of our own emotions, taking account of us understanding that we need to change something, or if this is the way that it was done in the past, this isn't the way that I have to personally navigate myself going forward. So we have this opportunity to kind of clear ourselves, to clear our body, to clear our mind, to clear our spirit in order to navigate properly on an emotional basis and moving forward with a clear sense of self. That's the beauty of the Aries energy is like we should be having an idea of we know who we are. We know our limits, we know our boundaries, we know our strengths, we know our fire, we know our passion. And now we can use that fire energy to navigate us with this emotional energy, creating these oppositions and little squares and say, okay, this is how I need to navigate my life moving forward, which is a very powerful way to start this week. And we're definitely going to be feeling this Taurus energy as Mercury and the Sun have both transitioned into Taurus to join up there with Venus. And this kind of unraveling will continue as all these planets are moving closer and closer to Uranus, which Uranus is the great awakener in astrology. Uranus is the release. So wherever we've been feeling pressure, we're going to feel this bit of release. As well as this, I talk about pressure, the more these planets are moving forward, not only are they getting a release, but they will be getting some pressure from Saturn itself, as Saturn is going to square these planets through the next weeks, the next 2 weeks. And it's a really interesting energy that's coming up, but we're going to feel this sense of grounded stability in our lives, valuing ourselves, valuing our things, valuing our minds, valuing our emotions, valuing the knowledge of whatever was, and valuing the knowledge that we're seeking. So that what these lessons they want us to learn, that Saturn wants us to learn as this the conjunction starts to happen and the square continues, is how to be our own authority, how to seek out information ourselves, how to be stable and grounded during great change, that we don't have to fly off the handle, that we can manage. That's the beauty. We can manage whatever is coming our way, and using our own emotional guidance system to help us navigate where we're going and how we're going to get there. Beautiful start to the week, my friends. As always, thank you for hanging out with me. I love you. I wish you enough, and we'll see you tomorrow.